I'll make the short version here that essentially the Eagles, especially per the recommendation of their owner, or including per the recommendation of their owner, Jeffrey Lurie, are going to build around Jalen Hurts this year, their quarterback who they drafted last year in the second round. So, Todd, I'll start with you. What's your initial reaction to the idea of building around Jalen Hurts?
I think it's a mistake. I'll be honest. I don't think Jalen Hurts is accurate enough as a passer, and maybe they see things in practice and kind of working with him that I have not seen. But there's a reason that Tua Tagovailoa became the guy in Alabama, and then Hurts wound up moving on to Oklahoma. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a great young man. Like the toughness and the competitiveness that he brings is outstanding. But can you win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts? I mean, that would be my question.
Mel, I'll turn it over to you before I chime in. Can you win one with Jalen Hurts?
I don't think we know. I think, as Todd said, the improvement that he's shown, they know we don't. We know his competitiveness and his work ethic and how he galvanizes the football team and his ability to be a dual threat quarterback and what a winner he was at Alabama and Oklahoma. I think to move forward with him, I don't have a problem with it. This is kind of a situation where you want to, I think, either be all in, you can't be half. And that's where I am with these quarterbacks. If you're going to go with Jalen Hurts, go get him some talent and then get everybody healthy, which was not the case with Carson Wentz, as we know. Then after year two, evaluate, did he make progress? And he doesn't have to be all of a sudden a superstar. The people forget Josh Allen from year one to year two made a lot of progress, went unnoticed by a lot of people. But internally, they saw significant improvement. And then year three, boom, here he is. If Jaylen makes that significant improvement that they see between what we saw as a rookie and what we see in 2021, then they can go forward with him. But if he kind of levels off and they don't see it, then they can maybe cut the cord or at least go in a different direction. But give him a chance to have some players around him and then make more of an accurate call on what type of quarterback he may become.
I want to clean up. I should have done this from the first place. What Mort reported, his sources told him that Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie has instructed the team to prioritize making Jalen Hurts successful in 2021, as opposed to creating a true quarterback competition. Hurts actually joined Adam Schefter on his podcast, which came not long after Mort's initial report. And here's what he had to say about his former teammates, Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith, who might fit for the Eagles at pick 6. I just saw something about Jalen Waddle saying he's different, and he is different. You know, he's a heck of a player, a great friend of mine, a little brother to me. I mean, the things he can do with the ball in his hands, his speed, his athleticism, there's nothing he can't do. And Devontae Smith is like a smooth criminal, such a smooth route runner, attacks the ball, strong hands. He's so strong with his hands. He's a hell of a player himself. So kind of going back to this question, if the jury is still out on Jalen Hurts, but the Eagles are still planning on starting him next year, Todd, is the floor now 6 for either of those two Alabama wide receivers? Like, should we be instructing them to look at real estate in the Philadelphia area?
First of all, I love smooth criminal. What a great line, because that's exactly what he is. And maybe Hurts can be a scout when he's done playing quarterback, because that's the best evaluation you can say of Devontae Smith, because that's what he is. He's not the fastest. He's not the biggest. He's got the lean legs. There's so many things you can pick holes in. But when you watch him on tape, he's so smooth, and he does all the little things right. I think, listen, I had Kyle Pitts going to the Eagles. I think that the tight end from Florida, I think it's going to be a pass catcher now that they're committed to Hurts. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, obviously Chase Young, Jamar Chase from LSU. We've got all these pass catchers that are going to go somewhere in the top 10 to 12 overall.
And Mel, would you be prioritizing a pass catcher period for Philly? If not quarterback, it feels like they have to go wide receiver or tight end.
I agree. And I think when you look at, I was speaking actually to a former GM about this whole scenario with the Eagles. And I think the surprise there from people that have been in the league is that the owner, Jeffrey Lurie, came out and said, prioritize Jalen Hurts, not the general manager, Howie Roseman, and the new head coach there in Philadelphia as well. So this is coming from the top, which is not really which we've seen with a lot of organizations. And that was a bit of a surprise to people that came out as even from the top. Hey, this is Jalen Hurts. Let's do what we need to do. I agree with that. I think wide receiver, tight end, you can't go wrong there. Any one of those guys. There's 4 entities that we know are really, really special. And it's not just that they're there because they have to be. They're there in any draft They are the elite guys. I don't care. It's a lot of times we force like a John Ross up and we force a Corey Davis up. It's going back to like when A.J. Green and Julio Jones came out. They weren't forced up. They were elite. Keyshawn Johnson was elite when he came out. Certainly, these guys are special entities that don't come along very often. That's why my criticism of certain things like the Jets say, if you go with Zach Wilson and you lose all four of these guys, to me, that's not acceptable. And that would be disappointing if I were a Jets fan to trade Darnold, draft Zach Wilson and lose these guys. So for the Eagles, get one of these guys, then you can help. And obviously Jalen Reagor, guys, has to improve on what we saw as a rookie. They took him over Justin Jefferson. They're like, well, they had Jefferson rated higher. I don't know what went on there. They took Jalen Reagor. And I don't know what would have been said if he would have had a great year. He didn't. He dropped some balls. He had some injuries. He's got to get better. So if he improves significantly, and you get the rookie coming in doing what he's capable of doing, then all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts has a chance for success. So obviously, they need to stay healthy on the offensive side as well this year.
Yeah, it's certainly, if you look at the Eagles offense, they have plenty of needs this offseason. And it feels like for Jalen Hurts, and this is just one man's opinion, if nothing else, like we've talked about this on this specific podcast, how some teams are looking to cut bait on a quarterback too soon in the NFL. There might be some value at the very least in putting your confidence behind a young player who, not that Jalen isn't really mentally tough, but this could go a long way in his development, knowing early in the process, it's his team and it's his opportunity to earn that spot going forward.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.